Alright, so this is a 18750i X drive. It's got the N63TU2, and all this was already taken off. You know, the brace that goes across here, the brace over there, the metal piece that goes over here, and then the plastic on top. I'm sure you guys can figure out how to do that, but my buddy already took that off for me for when he brought it, so it'll be easier for me to check for the leak. We're going to be replacing that water pump, so there's two T25s right here. Take those off, unplug this, it pulls out. I'm gonna have to push hoses while I'm pulling it out, so do that. That's out. Now I'm gonna pull off that cover. Next, you're gonna pull these out there, pull this out from in there, and then there's tabs over here on the side of this tank. Stick it in there like that. Pull this side out. Do the same on the other side. Then pull it out. After you pull that out, just keep it out of the way, and then this is a 10, and this one here didn't have one, so you don't have to do that side. Just take that out because we're going to need to take this brace off and get the alternator off. After you do those two, do these two T30s. Alright, after those two are off, it's loose off the bracket. And then you need to take this off and this off just so you have space to get to the bracket there, those bolts. You know, you just get some things, stick it up, you know, pry the sides. I'm going to take it all the way off that ring, and then it comes off like this, and I'll put the ring back on. After you get those off, you come over here with your T60. It's pretty big, but I'm trying to show where, but you'll see the tensioner there, then there'll be a hole right there. Not there, but there, where the T60 is at. Put that in, then make it turn, rotate that way, pull up all the way, and it'll release the tension. Then you take off the belt, and then now this wire here, took that out. If there's wire on the other side, I'll do that. Then I gotta take these two T30s, I believe. I'll let you know if it's T30. Okay, now it's a E10. There's two there on the bracket there, two on there. Make sure you take the belt off first, and then you do those brackets. Okay, so I got that bracket out. Now to get this back one here off, I already got this loose, but I couldn't get to this. So on this side, you know, right there, loosen this, pull this out, get it out of the way. Now I'm gonna take that off. Alright, so now we're gonna get this tank out of the way. So right here on the right, see that hose right there? It connects to this and this. You're gonna pop that ring there. It's on this side, but pop that ring off. If you're having a hard time taking it off, get like a flathead or something, put it in between and twist it to help pop it out. And even on this side, there's one there, and there's a big one right below it. Get all those off, then you have space over here to access the water pump. Alright, so I got those three hoses off. And now you're going to take this hose off. Then unplug that right there. Unplug that, because it's the water pump right here. Then that right here, right down here, there's a ring on that. So you're going to have to pop that ring out. Disconnect that. And then over here, this holds in the plastic here to the upper radiator all over here. So you're going to have to undo that. I'll let you know what size that is. Alright, so I got that hose off. That plug, you just press the N on the left and pull. And then that ring, same thing, you just pop the ring out just like any other hose. And I stuck my hand down here like this and held it like that, wiggled it up and down, and it came out. Then right now, since I need to figure out how to, like, I replace just this plastic piece, that connects to the upper radiator hose before, and then, I put a clamp there, but I kind of forgot how I did that. So I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm gonna take this out. There's another hose right there, that side of it. And this here is like broken. I don't know, maybe it goes over here or something, but I'm not worried about that. And then there's supposed to be like a ring in the bottom, but this one's like been broke, so you see that clip, but that's been broke. So I'm gonna take these off to get that out of the way. So after you get those two hoses out, this one, that one, there is this wire here at the bottom. You just pull the clip out, press it, pull it, and then it comes out. Alright, so I'm trying to get that nut off right there, right in here. It's hard to get to, so with what I got that made it work, got that T27, then an adapter, another adapter, and this tiny ass wrench. It's the only thing that works so far. So if you figure something else out that's better, that'll be good. Alright, so I got that out. The problem is if you're using something long to like do it from the end over here, have your ratchet over here, there's this hose in the bottom that gets in the way, and then it also, your ratchet ends up hitting this. So if you have something like shorter that'll fit straight up to it and fit under that little spot, that'll work too. But I got that out, then I took this hose out that went on the top. But since I replaced this before, and what do you call that, I didn't replace this hose, I just broke the clamp and bought one of these hoses, but this is new. I'm also going to replace this, so I put a clamp there too. So let's unscrew that, take that off, that hose at the bottom, swap it out, and then now these here, they're E8s. So there's one here, and then, damn, I don't know if you can see, but there's one right there. You saw that right there, and then right below it down there, you can see a little bit. There's one there. Then I felt under here, right in between the pulley and this right here, way down in there right now. My finger's finally touching it. That in there. I'm gonna take those off, pull this out, see if there's any more. Alright guys, so I got those out. Right here, the water pump sits in there like that. The two on the top. That one right here on the side of the pulley. That one and that one I showed you guys. And then there was also this wire, but I did it after when I got all the bolts out, and I actually had to pry a little bit. I did on the top with a screwdriver and pried it, then it broke free, and then I was having a hard time getting it out. It felt like it was stuck. I thought I could wiggle it and get this pipe out of it. It goes right here. But yeah, I ended up taking that 10 mil right there. It holds that line to the motor, so I took that out, and then it just came out. So yep, now I'm gonna get the new water pump and compare it, make sure they're the same. Alright, so everything matches up. You also got a new thermostat, so instead of swapping that over this one, I'm just gonna take the bolts off there and put it on and get everything put back together in reverse. Alright, so I got the line swapped over, transferred the bolts. Right now I'm gonna take out that tensioner and replace the tensioner. And right here, it's right there. Bolt for it. And it's gonna be E16. So I'm take that out, put this on, tighten it down. Alright, so I got it out. That was pretty easy. This here, the top, there's a slot it lines up with. You see that right there on the right? That's where this goes in. Then bolt it down. Alright, so that's all snugged up pretty good. Now I'm gonna put this back in. It goes this one here, and this one here, and this one and this one here, and this bottom one under here. So as I set it in there, I'm gonna get it close and put it in that pipe, and then start tightening the bolts. So on that water pump, when I told you on the two top bolts, the longer one should go on the left and the shorter one should go on the right. My mic ended up dying, so I just ended up deleting the rest that got recorded because I tried to do voiceover, but I didn't even know what I was trying to say. So everything goes back in reverse. You just need to know that, basically. The longer one here, the shorter one there, and you get those in. The hoses. There's the big hose, little hose in the front, and then make sure the two wires get plugged in. And then on the right side of the thermostat, or the water pump, that aluminum hose that goes in, then that screw there for the support, do that. Then just keep putting everything else back together. Sorry I couldn't show you all the rest, but please like and subscribe. Thank you.